Right, you see where all the female parts are? You might be able to see inside. There's one in there as well. In there. In there. What you need to do is make sure there's clearance, so all the boys are not going to get cock blocked.
Okay, Oopsie's tonight's entertainment is Sophie Alice Baxter.
Sophie Alice Baxter?
Sophie Alice Baxter. No, that's well.
Go, make this hard, go! Super fucking volcano eruption! Let's go! Yeah! Don't clip that. I just randomly slapped myself around the face 5 times in the bathroom, and they were producing really satisfying slaps. But it really hurts now. Let's see if I can get it on the stream. Oh. What a satisfying slap sound. I've got, you know, I've got dealt a rough hand. I've got a micro pick.
What was that? I am a gundam.
Let's go. Hey, Kays, welcome. I don't know if you popped off yesterday, but I didn't see the chat, and then I replied, but you might have gone. So sorry about that. I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't see the chat. And welcome, welcome, Doom. How you doing? Redbeard. You'll always be known as Redbeard. We're gonna be building this today. Or making a start, because there's a lot of kit here, and I've got a good feeling about this one for some strange reason. I've got a funny feeling this might be better than the HG. Maybe not. Anyway, thanks guys for being here. Prompt as always. I've got myself some new snacks. I've not seen these before. These are new Nerds gummies. You're not going to be disappointed with this one. I didn't think so. I unboxed it yesterday and I had a look at the parts and whatnot. Yeah, I think I'm gonna enjoy this one, considering it's a knockoff from a brand that I've never had any dealings with before. And considering I've not built the original, at least I'm going to have an Origins RX78-2 on the shelf. So it's going to be a good time. I'm doing weird today. My buddy's had its last day at work. He has been fired months ago. Shitty situation. Oh, that's a shame. It's not nice when you're fired or you lose colleagues at work that you're friends with. Stay in touch though, hopefully. Meet up for beers and meals and all that good stuff. Keep in contact. Damn, Reverend, how you doing? Welcome. Right, I've got my giant drink, my giant glass of Ribena. I've got my snacks. I've got you guys. I've built GTO, GM and GTO Gundam from this particular brand. Nice. I still need a GM and a gun cannon. I don't think I've got any of my Origin stuff any before, because I had the TriStars Zaku's, which I've given away. The gun tank with the, what was it, the prototype form, I painted and given away. The gun cannon high mobility and inventory type I've given away. And I think I built a goof and I've given that as well. I gave that one. I don't have any snacks. I don't have any eggs, but I will crack open these and give them a try. So I'll try. I've never seen these before. I know obviously nerds are a very, very popular candy. They're gritty bits of candy, but these are gummies. So this is new. But yeah, I've built some Origins in the past, but I don't have any left. I might have to get some Origins kits. Didn't they do some Origins master grades as well? If so, I'll have to look at that. And these are funny. They're like gummies covered in nerds. Wow. Oh my god, they're sour. Oh, that's good. Oh mate, they are well nice. Oh. I've only seen the Grandad Origin MG myself. Yeah, same. I don't know whether I did a Zaku as well or not. But Origins was a good anime. I like the story. I like the animation. And the kits are pretty banging, to be honest, for HG. Yeah, Origin, Witch of Mercury, those two lines for their HGs are really good. G-Quux is a little bit hit and miss because obviously the designs are subjective, but having built the Zaku and the G-Quux itself, the kits are all right in terms of the build and the the formulation, the formulaic nature of opening the box and building the kit. The experience is pretty good compared to HGs, 10 years ago. So, the next line of HGs that come out after G-Quux, I think they're going to be really good. Are you into sour stuff? Yeah. I didn't think I was, but yeah, I am. Also make GTO Zaku 2 and high mobility type Zaku 2. Yes. Nice. Might have to look out for these. God. I had to turn my gain down. Sorry about that. You know what I tried the other week? Freeze-dried sweet. I've heard of freeze-dried like fruit, like mango slices and freeze-dried banana slices and stuff like that, which I don't mind. They're quite nice. Pop it in your mouth, they rehydrate, and off you go. But I've never heard of freeze-dried sweets. I've heard of hard-boiled sweets, obviously, but freeze-dried sweets, nice. Nice. Right, so you do get a stand with this, which is a nice addition, and I said in my unboxing that Bandai should include one of these in every kit, even if it's like a smaller version or a thinner version where the base is a little bit lighter or whatever. Just something to stand to get, like, if a knockoff can do this and provide it, forget the kit, like it's provided an action display stand, Bandai should be able to do it as well. I don't need them because they're warped and rubbish. And it comes with water slides, so yay for water slides. Good times. What are you building? I am building the XD, the Origins RX78-2. This thing, which is like a complete knockoff, a complete rip-off. They've not made any attempts to sort of hide it. But I think copyright laws in Japan are a bit weird. And I think China exploit that to the fullest, I guess. But we are building another kit today. What we're going to do soon is I'll put a load of enamel on this, and this kit is 100% ABS. So I'm expecting to see some damage, but if not, I'm going to clean up the enamel, because I've given it some panel lining here and there just to see if the enamel has broken into the plastic. If not, then one. No, I'm not going to lose any sleep whether it does or it doesn't. But it was like a little experiment I did yesterday. And this kit is a reminder of what you know, you should definitely check out what you buy and what you don't buy online. Because this is a knockoff. We built it yesterday. It is terrible. It is by TT Hongley. It is a very, very bad kit from a very bad company. They're shameless, and yeah, avoid at all costs. Do not buy. Save your money. Get yourself a £20 SNAA kit or something. Like a oh, I can't remember what it's called now. The white and blue one with the blue effect parts on its back. They're kind of cool. I built it. It's behind me, but I just can't remember what it's called. The Jinwei or something like that. What? Kitty Honley. Yeah. Exactly that. I like these bags. They're reusable. So what you can do is save one of the bags, put a manual in it and any additional parts or spare parts, and store it in a box or somewhere. As you know, because the bags are resealable. It's cool. Yeah. Pro tip. Right, this blue is very blue. This yellow is a nice orange yellow, as you'd expect. The red is a little bit unsaturated, so it's almost, like I said in the unboxing, it's like an anemic color. So look at that on the face cam. It is not very pleasant red. It's like a shit red. On the camera it feels very rich. Don't be fooled. The red's pretty poo, but if you're painting it, it doesn't matter. But that said, the pieces, the mold looks really clean. You don't see much flash, if any at all. You know, the mold's pretty good. It's not too terrible. In fact, the molding is probably on par with Bandai in terms of like the. Well, maybe not. Maybe 80% there in terms of the internals. Interesting. We begin. And I reckon halfway through we'll clean up that thing there. And it does come with some foils, as well as the water slide. So these sort of kits are good if you want to have a cheap Gundam that you can weather and maybe do damage to and practice different techniques, and you don't have to necessarily worry about the cost, although HG kits are pretty cheap as they are. But there's nothing stopping you from getting some knockoffs or whatever just to, you know, fuck with. Okay. I need a C. I've got a C. We are going to start. Let's start, boys. And thanks for joining me today. I appreciate you all. hope you had a good evening. I played a bit of Borderlands last night, but I was just so tired. I wasn't very entertaining yesterday, and I'm very, very hot today. So it's a very warm day today. I've got all the windows open. I've got the fan open. I've got the door open. It's just really hot. And it's not particularly sunny, it's just air temperature. It's really hot. Oh yeah, I got myself an MG stand-up custom, the Waltz one, nice. Is that the Armadillo unit? Or is it just the MG Sandrock? The one I painted up and sent to Las Vegas, that same one. Because whenever I hear Endless Waltz and Custom and this, that, the other, I only think that there's... I didn't know that there was others apart from the Endless Waltz version and the Endless Waltz Armadillo. Or was the Armadillo from Snow White Teardrop? Or now Glory of the Losers. I get confused. There's so many things. I'm at home office, but there isn't any work to do at the moment. So I'm finishing working on my MGA just in a minute. Put it on the stand, yes, so it looks great now. Nice. There is a Sandrock with Armadillo, and a Sandrock Custom. Okay, I'd like to see an image of that so I know what one that is. And is it P Bandai? Interesting. Yes. Sandrock Armadillo is a badass. I think the only two P Bandai Endless Waltz kits I've had my hands on were the Ultron and the Death Scythe. Death Scythe one. With the square wings. Custom is a different color with a cloth. Oh, it comes with the cloth cape. Oh, nice. And it's different color, as in it's purple, isn't it? Oh, it actually comes with a cloth cape. Nice. It doesn't come with that god awful bin bag plastic. A Heavy Arms Argo unit and Sandrock Armadillo are the only P Bandai kits I sometimes feel to get. Well, it is solid, but it's like a better than the Armadillo. Oh, right, okay, personally, right, gotcha. All right, that little bit got to go in there. And that neck bit's got to face forward. That is very wobbly. I hope that's not that wobbly, but then I suppose you could put some super glue on there or some sort of resin to build it up. It's real hot, man. I am melting. I'm gonna have some more nerds, man. These are banging. These were £2 a bag though, so they're pretty expensive. Yeah, good. Oh man, they're addictive. And I need B. Uh, 21. So whatever you're getting up to today, guys, I hope you're having a good day. As always, I hope the day finds you well and treats you well. And I'm back to work tomorrow. I've had a really nice 5 days off. I've chilled out. My back still hurts, funny enough, even though I've had 5 days off, not really doing any sort of heavy lifting. I do think it's my bed, and my mattress is really bad. Is this better for you? Yeah. Yeah, this is a better kit, mate. Thank you. It's going together way nicer, and the plastic is better. Got my MGST Strike bootleg in clear blue today. Gonna do that one. Nice, nice, nice. Enjoy. Right, this doesn't make any sense. Oh, it slides in there like that. Oh, okay, that's interesting. It slides. I didn't think that would go in there, but it slides through and plugs in. Interesting. Right, so you can give this middle type or early type. They look exactly the same. So I'm gonna go with middle type. The JMS kit is very enjoyable. There's a whole line of HG kits they'll sell cheap. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like the color scheme for it as well. Like the deactivated gray and gold. Looks good. They are addictive. I felt a bit ill after eating a whole bag quickly. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sugar still. But yeah, they're like very Moorish. I got myself a bag of curly whirlies as well for £1. Like, I think you get like 4 curly whirlies in here for £1, but I remember them being 10p back in the day, and then being massive. Curly whirlies have reduced in size by at least 70%, which is a shame. They were my favourite of the sweets back in the day. Curly whirlies and wham bars specifically. Yo, codename Gucci, how you doing? Welcome back. Rick, they reduced Freddo multi-packs from 5 to 4 and the price is still the same. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, does it? That is theft, in my opinion. Or fraud. I know Freddo's got to pay for his mansion, helicopters and Lamborghinis, but Freddo's taking the piss there a little bit. What you doing? I am building a knockoff RX78-2 from XD, a company that knocks off Bandai. I guess that's their deal. And we built that monstrosity yesterday, which is the Curios from TT Hongley. Very, very bad mobile suit model kit and company. Avoid them like the plague. Not good, man. Not good. Oh, the smell. They smell like those Jelly Bean factory air fresheners that you can get to hang in your car. Now, is that flash? I think that was a bit of flash on there. Flash! He saved every one of us. Um, tell you what, I'll put that in there first, like so, and it fell out instantly. Awesome. Well, at least it's polystyrene. The hobby shop I'll go to just got restocked. Should I get the RG Sazabi or the 00 Quant? Sazabi, 100%. If you've not built the real grade Sazabi before, I suggest you do that and don't look back. Now I've not built the Quanti real grade, but the Sazabi, good time. A real good time. It's like a fake blueberry paste. It's got like almost like a blueberry sherbet. It's a weird flavour, but it's kind of nice at the same time. A bit like Parma Violets. If you've never had a Parma Violet sweet before, it's kind of a strange flavour, but still, it's a flavour you think you're not going to like until you've had a few packets and you go, that's actually quite an interesting flavour. I like it. Right, now that goes in there. Once it's got all the bits on it. I'm not really enjoying this old Warhammer style abstract instruction design. It's quite vague. Doesn't really tell you how to do the steps. It just says they just go together. You do what you need to do to make it work. So, okay. Thanks. I'm sure it'll be fine. I need 19 and 20, which by the looks of it might be like the ab crunch. If this does have an ab crunch, that's cool. I'm happy with that. And PC one. Just figure it out. Yeah, basically. That's basically what they're saying. That goes there, that goes there. The rest of it, that's not on you, really. Now I'm getting juice everywhere because whenever I pick up this giant mug, I've had ice in it and there's like liquid on the bottom, like condensation on the bottom. So whenever I drink it, I'm getting liquid on my desk. So I apologise for jankiness. And I'm hoping to be on for at least 4 hours today. Maybe 5. I would like to get to 6 o'clock. But in all fairness, my back really does hurt. What was the worst bootleg you've ever built? This one, right in front of me, by a brand that you should never ever buy. The TT Hongley. These things are shocking. Don't get me wrong, it looks like a Gundam, but when you look closely, it's bad. I'm telling you now, that you will never build a worse model kit from a worse brand. For me, it was the Avalanche Exia. I've built the MG Exia Avalanche, and that weren't too terrible for me. Was it the HG one you built? Because the MG wasn't that bad. Yeah, people's mileage may vary, for example. HG. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry you had a bad time. How's an ab crunch, guys? That's quite extreme, but it works. It's on a polycat. This neck, though, let's see if this component reins it in a little bit. Well, the neck can go really backwards, but not forwards. So I suppose it's so it can look up. That kit got the best back crunch. Wait, sorry, forward crunch. Yeah, it's not bad. It's got quite a bit of range. I'm pretty impressed just by this a very, very simple yet effective method. So I'm surprised Bandai haven't. I've not seen this method used on any Bandai kits yet. In terms of the ab crunch on HGs. So this is quite ingenious, really, in terms of its like basic construction. So yeah, very impressive so far for its scale and part count. I had to show it for like 2 weeks, and when I finished, it was so bad I scrapped the parts. Now it's a lovely desolate diorama. Nice. Well, I managed to pick up the master grade Avalanche X here, and even though it's quite big and bulky, and you know, I've got it with the rest of the 00 team on my shelf next to me. It's all right. It was a good experience. Right, so I'm going to have one of these open and one of these closed. I think that's the way forward. Or is that a case of it, you can have it open or closed? Oh, I see. So I've got like a plate on one side. But what is that B1? Oh, it's like a little Gatling gun on his. Okay. Interesting. So, episode 12. It's all done and dusted. G-Quack's season has ended. Obviously, if anyone hasn't watched the episode and doesn't want to sort of be in the discussion when it comes to spoilers, I am sorry. But yeah, we're going to discuss some things now. What do you guys think of it? Oh, thank you so much for the resub. Doggone, it's Winky. It was a disappointing show. I think they tried something new and weird and wacky and alternate, but it was just like, oh, these people are gonna die now instead of these people. And like Sailor Mass does absolutely nothing and comes out on top. Feminism. It's like, why was she in the G Fighter again? Like they mimicked the entire thing. but with a different outcome. It was just okay. It's multi-universe and all that sort of shit, but it was just daft. It's like, oh, there's a gel goog again out of nowhere for no apparent reason, but in a different animation style. But oh, hang on, Lala survived, and Shah still died. He's like he can't get a break, man. Yeah, it's kind of daft. And then the giant swollen giant, like Ant-Man edition, like was kind of weird. Obviously to try and do the Evangelion stuff. Oh man, this is all over the show. All over the show. Yeah, he dies but gets muddy shoes in the field going to meet. Oh yeah, it's just odd, man. Odd show. But like I say, if you haven't seen the show or the last episode, make sure you do, because everyone's talking about it. Okay, so I've got that done. Right, so I've now done a torso. Should we clean this bad boy? Should we do that? This absolute abomination. Well, it hasn't eaten through it. I'm shocked, to be honest. Yeah, I was hoping for it to be a decent show, but yeah, it didn't tick my box. Yo! It's not even 9 AM and it's 83. It feels like 87. Jesus, it's warm here today as well. I'm gonna go open another window. My word, I just literally opened the window and pushed the window out and I could feel the sun on my hand. All right. Whoa. It's warm today, guys. Right, now I need to make a backpack. It's like my little Kinder Bros. They keep falling off their little shelf. I am really hot. And I fancy getting a few beers and just spending time in the garden before I go back to work. So I might end up cutting this short. Maybe 3 o'clock. And then go to the shop, get some bevies. And just enjoy some time in the garden with my Switch. Play a bit of Front Mission 2. Ready for the launch of Front Mission 3 tomorrow. Can't fucking wait. Let's go. It's a shame I'm at work, but I might buy it and take it to work so I can play it at work. I tried. I want to sleep because I worked last night and I slept like practically using Potter, but the dew point is so high, everything is damp. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's the humidity for you. Yeah, I'm sorry you're suffering, dude. I love the hot weather. Don't get me wrong. I'll quite happily sit out in it and sweat and then have a shower and just like soak up those rays, work on my tan lines. Do that. Hey. Tan lines. That one arm is brown, the other. You can definitely tell that I'm a driver. Sit with my arm out the window, like completely tanned. Oh yeah, and please wear sunscreen at all point, all whenever whenever you're outside. Just even if you just put it on like a factor 50, 45, 30, whatever. Rub it in. It's for your benefit. PC, and then PC. So I need 4 PCs. PC 11 and 9. And I am making chicken kebabs tonight with rice and new potatoes, and making some sort of salad, like a summary sort of table spread with some picky bits. I want H. Can I have a H, please? H. Oh, Jesus Christ! Always the last one you wait. Last one you look. Actually, ironically, other than it being work, I almost wish I was back there because the area they have actually has AC. It's enough AC that my glasses fogged when I left the building to go home. Wow, good shit. Um, Is that right? Yeah. I did do that right, didn't I? Double check. You're out of touch. You're out of time. There we go. They go a certain way. And now I'll put it in the right way. It's going to close properly. Hurrah. Yay. I did it right. I did a thing. We don't really have PC at home. I have a smaller one upstairs, computer, reloading room. It's only enough for that room. Yeah, some of them are only like 200 or 300 BTUs. So they're good enough for like maybe a room, like, I don't know, 50 square meters or something like that. This one's just an air cooler. It's just a fan with like a water basin, and it sort of like rehydrates the air. It does the job, but I would really like a proper AC unit in here so I can do some proper climate control. But I don't have a spare £200-300 to do that, unfortunately. I know once you've got it, you've got it, and I might need to push the button one day. Especially when the summers are getting hotter and hotter, but I wouldn't say it's a crisis, but you know, summers are summers, right? Sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're not. But it is just having a nice AC unit is just like one of those machines I could wheel out when the time's right. I bet your ceiling fan helps, but it can do so much. Yeah, it's thick humidity. Yeah, it doesn't even move it around, does it? I mean, having air movement is one thing, but when fans and there's no air and there's no air movement and it's so thick with humidity, like you say, it's just nothing is going around. It's just dense air. That's what we have in the UK a lot of the time. When there's no breeze, it's very humid, so the air is really thick, which is why it's so uncomfortable. And people think, oh, it's only 25 degrees. What's your problem? Well, come here. Just come here and experience it for yourself. I could just camp in the computer room, but I need both a shower and some sleep. Oh man, I think if you can set the water to as cold as you can, just have a nice shower, try to like calm your body temperature down a bit and maybe your blood pressure, and just relax, man. Just starfish on the bed over the covers and just hopefully drift off to sleep. Maybe put on some calming like white noise, like rain, or like sometimes you can get those YouTube channels that it's just a black screen with like thunder and lightning and wind and the sound of the sea and rain and stuff. They're pretty good, man. I like them. They set me right off. Yeah, or the sound of a shooting range. The humidity is only 67 at the moment, but the dew point is 71 degrees. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. So close. Now I am using the God hands to do close nips. I'm quite confident in doing that with this kit at this point, especially when it's appropriate to do so. Like, just nip the very, very small portion of the injection gate. That way you don't damage the nippers. They seem to work good enough. They are a little bit on the loosey-goosey side. Again, once it's all painted and you don't fancy just doing anything super special with it, you can glue them in place, not a problem, because it's polystyrene. However, I think H is ABS. It is. H is ABS. And E is ABS. And that's ABS. Okay. And it wouldn't surprise me if the white's ABS as well. Because it says here PS, 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 PS. And PS, but that's PE, but it says that it's ABS on the actual sprue. So yeah, what's your opinions on G-Crux episode 12? A mess, glad it's over, Giant Gundam Y, Evangelion stuff, and Sailor Mass does fuck all and still wins. So yay. And it's like, Nian is just so fickle. She goes from wanting to fucking kill everyone to save Shinji, to then speaking to like Machu for like a second, and she's like, we can defeat him together, and they like instantly go like, okay, man bad, and they go to kill him. It's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? He's like, oh, I don't mind, I love you, and then he's dead. It's just, oh, the new type stuff is just wild. It's all over the place. It's just wild shit. When I took my boots off, I could feel the heat radiating from my feet. Wow. Do I want to give it the shoulder cannon? No. Not a fan. Head. So. This song kind of reminds me of that Paul Young song from way back in the 80s. I wish I could drive you home tonight or something like that from back in the day. And we're not allowed to wear shorts or pants at work. Obviously, if you're using machinery and hot tools and stuff, no, you've got to be protected, just in case there's any components or metals that come flying from the machine. They could lacerate your legs, so it does make sense. I feel sorry for welders, to be honest. I used to do AC installs, and we went to a place called the plumbing center, and they had guys in full breathing apparatus and like welding hot gear, and they had like these big venting fans that sort of like sucked up all the fumes and stuff in their workspace, but they were just like literally boiling themselves in their boiler suit. Felt sorry for them, really. I hope they were paid well. And one of the hottest places I've ever been to was a glass factory in Harlow, where they recycle glass and turn it into fresh new bottles. My God, that was one of the hottest places I've ever been to. Like, forget steel mills, like glass factories, man, that's hot shit. You don't want to be in one of those places. Flash. Right, that goes on there, and now I get to put the eyes on. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay, so the Vulcans are supposed to pop up over that part there, but it doesn't, so that's interesting. So they then go into there. What? Oh my God. This just wants to explode. Come on now. If they weren't loaded with sugar on one of those frozen drinks from the gas stations, well, why not get yourself a nice cool or ice cold bottle of sparkling water. Now that doesn't want to close because it feels like I've got to put that in there at that angle, but it won't. Ow, just stabbed myself again. These things are sharp. Watch your fingers. Oh my fucking God, that hurt. Ugh. Yeah, it doesn't want to close up because the front visor, or the crest in front of the eyes, if you have an empty plastic filled with tap water, you stick it in the freezer. When it's frozen, get it out, smash it into some ice drunk bottle of water. Yeah. Your English is impeccable. He's starting to believe. I'm losing the will to live in trying to put this head together. I really am. Because that part, either side, like the crown, the forehead, is stopping the so I'm going to have to modify these parts. And I've done all that and I still need to put the fucking face on because I'm an idiot. But I do believe I've cracked it. And that part will go on now. Always dropping parts. Had to make the joke, it's fine. God, that's got to be the weirdest double RX78-2 face mask ever. It's very bizarre, man. But we got there. A little bit of jiggery pokery. They've even tried to give it safety nubs, but not really. The Gundam head on mine fit perfectly. The only component I have with that kit is when I put the beam saber hands on the back, it's too loose. Right. Yeah, the beam saber handle. Yeah, these are quite loose. You're spot on now. They are really loose. But I think the molding was ever so slightly off with my one on here in terms of like getting the Vulcan to fit into its little housing, and then the actual forehead crest to allow the side pods to actually go in. I've cut a little bit away now, and hopefully once I do a close-up you'll see what I mean. I've had to modify it ever so slightly. I had to sort of cut away ever so slightly, just so that the one would fit next to the other. Otherwise, one was trying to overlap, and it would have ended up damaging it. But you can sort of see that the Vulcans show their guests now. All Gundam are G-Cocks now. Well, I did post a tweet saying that Bandai needs to now release a 135 scale RX78-2 completely white with red eyes to represent the giant Gundam in the show. Otherwise, they're going to see a missed opportunity there. But that might come later on. I don't think it's going to be in part of the release window. But it would make sense if they were to do that. Make the biggest bigger than the mega size, like a massive RX78-2 in white devil color scheme. Yeah, they need to do that. Um, the head articulation is it's lacking more than I thought would, because um, um oh, excuse me. Oh wow, a little bit of nerd juice went down my windpipe. Sat on my vocal cord for a little bit, and had a little dance. Oh wow. As many times as I have dozed off in the desk chair, I don't fancy moving my crap onto the computer room and trying to deliberately sleep in my chair. No, maybe find the cold after a shower. Find the coolest part of the house in the shade somewhere. Maybe put a towel down and just try to get some sleep on the floor. Maybe like the cold floor. Just get mega size. Change its color scheme for that fight. The fight was kind of good, although I didn't kind of understand what was going on. The fight did look kind of good. But we are getting a Tamashii Nations Kaya Bao, or whatever it's called. To recreate the scene, I'm going to get a White Devil and an SDG. Yeah! Xenobova thing, you know, that stupid thing. Getting a Tamashii Nations figure of that. That's going to cost about 80 quid. Because the Tamashii Nation Gundam is about 30 quid. So that thing's going to cost a load of money. So yeah, this is not terrible, but it's still not that great either. It's still better than that thing. So for a knockoff, it's usable, it's serviceable. You can get around things. But its neck, yeah, that's kind of it's kind of silly. But you might get away with it if you extend the if you cut the ball off and extend it with a bit of ply rod by even a millimeter. You're going to get yourself a little bit more range. Right. Moving on to the waist now. I bet phase 3 and 4 G-Crack is going to be P-Bandai or something. Yeah, I do believe that the Awakened Gundam Quacks is going to be P-Bandai. Because all it is just like an open head gimmick and the discs. That's it. So I believe that we are going to see some P-Bandai soon. The gun tank. That one Gundam that was like in the episode with the Psycho. That everyone wants, but that's going to be P-Bandai. I can never remember its name. Not the Psycho, the other one. With the triangle wings. Mate, they are banging them nerd gummies. These nerds gummies are so nice. Forced myself to get up, put the AC on in the computer room, and now going to grab a shower while the room is cooling. Yeah, good idea. You got to sometimes, if you want to call, you got to call yourself. You got to maybe exert yourself a little bit. You know, it's for your benefit, man. Get that AC cooling the room down. At least you've got AC in the house. Don't have that luxury, unfortunately. I wish I did. But there will be creative people who do the psyched up G-Quack, some 3D scan, something in the 3D print, of course. Yeah, I do believe that Rocky Q, once he has finished doing some batches, he's going to be rolling out a 3D 1/100 scale G-Quacks, I believe, which can be 3D printed. It will be a statue, but because his designs are always stolen by model companies in China, we will probably see a Chinese G-Quacks 1/100 scale kit using his design before Bandai roll out one. And if we do get a G-Quacks 1/100, it will be a 4 mechanics. I'm calling it now, but we never know. We might be blessed. Can't be so negative all the time. We never know. Depends on how popular it is in Japan, because the West and what we want don't matter. It's what the Japanese want. And if it's a really popular show in Japan, we're going to see all sorts of kinds of stuff coming out. We've already seen the Machination figurines and Gundam Spirit stuff, so you know they're doing stuff in the background. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, the Shining Gundam's coming out. I was hoping for a Master Gundam, but obviously they're going to do the Shining Gundam first. Maybe we'll get the Master Gundam next, but you never know. They might just do the Gundams, but they've got to do the antagonist. They've got to do Master Asia and the Master. They've got to do it. If it wasn't 9:30 AM, an ice cold Moscow Mule sounds lovely. Do it. I'd be like how it'll be like how Epion gets an RG. Yeah, it should. As you know, the fact that we have got like Tall Geezes and Zaku 2 Shah and you know the Epion and whatnot. I am surprised that we haven't got an Easy 8 and a Goof RG at this point. But again, it all depends on what the Chinese, what the Japanese want. Yeah, and the popularity. I do think that G Fighter is quite popular in Japan because we do keep getting lots of God Gundam, you know, God Gundams and all the different variants and whatnot. And we are slowly seeing some HG kits pop up. You know, we've got the HG Noble that's out there, and various other kits. So I do believe that we're going to start seeing some more G Fighter stuff based on the anniversary. Got to, you know, wait and see what they come up with. The temperature tomorrow is supposed to drop 20 degrees, so awesome. Yeah, it's quite warm here. I thought it was going to warm up. I thought it was going to be hotter tomorrow. So we might still be getting some hot temps our way. So what you're experiencing today might come here tomorrow and then cool down afterwards. It can be used as a Kibash project or our own piece. Yeah, these kits, you know, as cheap as they are, and as long as you know what you're getting and you know what you're in for, you can then use these for kit bashing or weathering or techniques that you want to try out to save yourself some pennies. Even though like HG kits are relatively cheap and you can get them, you know, you can get a bunch relatively cheaply. Come on now. Yeah, that does definitely go in there. You bastard. You ba- Okay. You kind of forced my hand there, didn't you? This is so much fun. Got it. Oh, anywho, back in a bit, show time. Every time I pronounce RG, I imagine myself slipping the pronunciation to say orgy. And also, since we now have RX78-2's car makes all versions of the Gramps as G-Clock too. Yeah. Yeah, kind of weird. Oh, pardon me. Little bit of an inward singing burp there. I do believe we will see a G-Quax perfect grade one day. I do believe that. That does incorporate the full head transformation gimmick as well as the field pods that pop out on the legs and the shoulders. That's kind of odd that we got the ball joint at the back of the waist, but it does have a really extreme chest crunch or ab crunch. It's got a lot of movement for one ball joint, to be honest. Yeah, it will be. And the PG G thread will be P Bandai 100%. I don't think so. You know, it will be a while until we get a perfect grade from G-Quax or which from Mercury, I would have thought. Like I say, I still want to see a perfect grade Goof. Easy 8, turn A. You know, we did get a 160 scale God Gundam, but we still need a perfect grade. Still need a perfect grade Dom. You know, they need to set up a division, like an entire division just for perfect grades, and just like pump one out every couple of years. You know, now that they've got other factories up and running. I remember I almost got HG Goof one time. The only Goof I've built is the Origins version, and that wasn't bad. That was pretty good. But they definitely need to ramp up, like, factories, production, this, that, and the other, and just go, right, you design, build, print, tool, perfect grades, off you go. And that's all they do. Maybe a team of 50 and half a factory. The tooling takes the longest time to carve out all the tools. Like the people that make the tooling, like, hats off to them, because they slave around the clock, and they've got to do intricate workings and whatnot, removing material for the tools, and the tools are worth hundreds of thousands. They're worth a lot of money, and they weigh a fortune too. So it's not so easy to just go, okay, put it on the CAD and then put it in the machine. It takes a long time. But if they were to have divisions that solely worked on like, say, master grades and perfect grades, it'd be so good. But obviously they're working tirelessly in the background. I'm surprised we don't get as many leaks. We don't get many leaks, so we never know what's being made and what's not being made. But I was having my debit card replaced, wait for 1 week and no cash for me. Oh no. Maybe that was a good thing then, because then when you did get your credit card or your cash card replaced, you then had money to sort of live on. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. I'm roasting. I really am. I'm really uncomfortable. I wanted to stay longer, but I'm. It's just too hot to be sat here. I've got the PC on right next to me, which is cooking me. I've got all the windows open. It's just nowhere. I'm really uncomfortable, so I'm gonna go get a few bevies. I'm going to sit in the garden with my Switch and sort of chill out and prepare myself for work tomorrow. I'll possibly be back later with some gaming after I've had some dinner. So I'll be playing some more Borderlands if anyone's up for that. So I'll be back later playing some Borderlands. But yeah, I just gotta get off, man. I really appreciate the chats on YouTube. You can't see it on here, but YouTube have been chatting as well. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. These are going to go up onto my socials. So if you missed the stream, you can watch it back on YouTube. Oh man, I am roasting. Really can't wait for a season 2 of Chainsaw Man. And the movie. I know there's a movie coming, or it's come out, and I haven't seen it yet. I need to watch that as ASAP. Right, it is time for me to bid you farewell. I don't like going early, but I just haven't got it in me to keep on going until 5-6 o'clock. So next week, hopefully, when it's cooled down and I've got a little bit more relaxed, we can continue with this, and we'll have a little bit more banter in the stream with Makima. Yeah, man, why not? Right, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Twitch, and everyone for the support. You're awesome. As always, have a great weekend. I'm not back until Monday. Well, not counting tonight, but I'll be back building on Monday. Thank you so much. It's been a good couple of days. I've had some fun. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye. Stop stream.